Is the hashtag #MeToo movement an essential catalyst for change, or are there concerns about its impact on due process and innocent until proven guilty? The Me Too movement definitely changed the way that women that are victims of abuse or anything in that regard. I feel like it did provide a sense of comfort for women that they feel more confident to speak out. The Me Too movement was so loud and is so loud, especially on social platforms, which, as we've talked about, creates a lot of our reality at the moment. But on the other hand, I do think there are people out there that don't tell the truth. Like, I'm not saying it in every case, but I think there are cases where there are crazy people out there. I'm not talking about your standard good head on your shoulders person who really is using that movement to help create positive change, but there are people out there that do want to screw other people over or bend the truth just for more personal gain, whatever that looks like. It's kind of ridiculous to just flat out say no, there's no concerns with that, but I do think there it is has been a huge positive impact on women for the sake of I can speak out. It became more normalized after that, like speaking out against what happened to you. So in that sense, I think it was a huge plus for women, but I think there's always concerns with things like that, especially when it's on such a public forum.
There is multiple generations in multiple hierarchies of businesses and life in general, and they were grown up with different standards, and those standards are always changing. And I think it's important to set the precedent that women are not objects and that they are not lesser of a gender. And that was being shown to sort of be the norm in some of these businesses and like in Hollywood with Harvey Weinstein. And the net change of that movement is positive because it's allowed women to speak up with confidence when they feel they are not being treated fairly with anything in this world. There are people that suck and they're going to take advantage of it. The only gripe I have with the Me Too movement is stuff that we see all the time with men in all occupations that will have an allegation against them that falls into the Me Too movement of sexual assault. A news article come out about a man that is a celebrity or athlete or anyone that has something to lose and they have an allegation against them, your immediate thought is guilty. A lot of the cases that have come out since all of the valid cases of Me Too end up being false allegations, but the false allegation comes a year or more past when they were fired, blacklisted from everything, reputation destroyed, and that is a huge problem. Something needs to be changed, not even on a legal standpoint, but a cultural standpoint, that just because someone is accused, the judicial system needs to move quicker to exonerate or put these people behind bars or whatever the repercussions are. I've seen just a lot of men that have been charged with allegations of sexual assault, been fired, lost their reputation, lost families, and then come out a year or two later that the accusation was false. And so for some people, they use this as a weapon to ruin people's lives. And for a lot of other people, it's a way to stand up against, something that happened to them that is wrong, and they want to ruin that precedent. So it's a double-edged sword. I think the better part of the sword is helping women out, but there's a deep dagger in accusing someone of something that's false and then ruining everything in their life forever or years to come based on false accusation. So I think with a lot of cases, there's two sides to both the stories, but the bad side being a man is that someone could say that someone could say I did something that I didn't do, and everyone believes that I'm guilty until it's proven innocent, and then even after I'm proven innocent, there's still this lingering feeling of guilt from people because they sort of had this allegation, and then a long time went where they just sort of had this in their mind that the allegation is true because they've been charged with it. And then it's sort of like people don't hear this news story for the most part years later that it was false.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think it's definitely promoted probably more good than bad, but you can never make everybody happy, and everything has risk to it. So I think that's just realistic, talking about both sides of it.
Yeah.